Hi, today we are going to learn how to knit a scarf with 2 knitting needles. This is size 13 USA. First we're going to make a loop and we're going to cast on about 15 casts. This will give you about 6 inches wide on your scarf. Three, 6, 9, 12, 15. So we're going to go ahead and do our first row here. The first one is always a little bit difficult to knit because you are trying to make sure that your yarn is little bit tighter than the first one that you cast on. You want to make sure that they are in the same as far as when you knit, you try not to pull your yarn too much because we want them to be consistently the same as the row progress. So there's your first row. Now on this one, on the second one, you're going to slip that one to the needle and you're going to put your yarn over and then put it on the bottom, and you're going to continue knitting. The reason why we are doing that is because we want to leave the edge of the scarf to be very smooth. You will see at the end of the video, as soon as you get the length that you needed, you can tell on both sides of the scarf will be the same. So when you get to the end here, you're gonna turn around and you're going to continue to do the same as you did earlier. So right here we're going to put the needle through again because we're not gonna knit on this one. Just slip it and then turn, pull the yarn over to the other side to the bottom, and then you continue knitting until you get to the end, and then come back. When you start again, you just try not to knit that first loop, just leave that edge all the way to the end of your scarf. Continue knitting as you loop the first one on your needle. So repeat this same design until you get to your desired length of your scarf. Remember, we're going to make some decorate the end of the scarf, so that will give you at least another 2 or 3 inches on both sides of the scarf. Now that you are at the length that you desired, we are going to cast off right here or bind off right here. You can stop the video if you want to see it slow. You can replay it. You just knit the second one and then you pull the other one, the first one that you knit to the front, and then you continue the same process till you get to the end. Be careful that you get all of your yarn, because as you work through these yarns they might separate some of the yarns, so just make sure that you get the whole string together. It's a little bit difficult, so try not to pull your yarn as much on this section, because we don't want it to be too small than the other end of the scarf, because the beginning end is always gonna be a little bit bigger than the second end. But try not to pull it so that way it won't be as noticeable. But I believe this comes out to be pretty good. See, you can see it's pretty smooth at the end there. Now we're gonna use the tapestry needle to finishing up that end yarn. So this is how I do mine. It will be easier to pull it through. I'm just going to sew this through the end of the first row from right to left, and then try to hide this end as much as possible, so that way you won't notice it once you decorate the end of it. You won't notice where you hide this yarn or the end of the project that you have. There you go. So you can't see it. See, as you can see, the side of the scarf is pretty smooth. Now we're going to try to create the other end of the scarf. Make sure that you're working on the outside of the scarf. See, you want to make sure that they look the same. Use the crochet needle on this one, because it's easier. Just try to put that string that you cut so we're going to do on this side. Now it's about 8 inches, so we can do on the other end now. Try to push through the crochet hook through from one end to the other, and then pull this loop here through, and then try to use your hook to pull the 2 string on the other side to the first to the front rather, so that way it creates that loop as another decoration on your tassel. So don't pull it too tight, just try to be consistent on that and try to work all the way to the end. I believe I cut it about 15 or 16 of the tassels on each side. Each loop that you have, you use one of the string for each. As you can see, it looks so far so good. Now we are at the end of the scarf of the tassel, so they look pretty much the same. I happened to crochet my hat earlier, so I'm doing the scarf to match with it. I believe I used 3 skeins of yarn on this one for this project. Hope you like it, so I'll see you next time.